So this was a quick one on Usdcad, and coming from the weekly time frame, quick one on the weekly. We know we are sitting at point A to point B. So price was from this point to this point here. Everything happening here is internal. So on the daily time frame, also we see that this was the last structural point because this was the last higher low that created a higher high, and we had a break of structure. And overall on the weekly, we are bullish. So we are seeing some daily alignment of bullish structure. Now, this high here made this higher low that made a higher high. Now we saw a break of structure, probably for price to come down to mitigate certain levels here. Coming to H4 time frame, what we see on H4 is that just to break this structure right here, price was creating lower highs and lower lows. All of this till this point right here where we had the last lower high that created a lower low. And then this point here is actually very important because if this is the lower high, lower low, this point here is a higher low. So this was the failure to continue lower and started creating all of these highs. Now this area is a demand zone and this area is some sort of supply level. So we have this area also maxed out. So all of this could actually engineer price. Price tapping at this point, we see how it consumed some sort of liquidity from these highs, came a little bit to the downside, came back again, tapped into this level. Now, while it was doing that, we had started creating some sort of internal trend line liquidity here. And then this area is a point of interest that I want to see what happens when price comes into that level. So I don't know if this area is going to be the fuel of price to go higher to make a retracement of the daily, but I just react to whatever price does in that level. And the moment price came into that level, there are two things I want to see. First, I want to see a run on liquidity, and then I want to see a change of character. So I see price tapping into this level, trending lower highs and lower lows. And then at this point, I saw a break of internal structure, but this wasn't sufficient for me because I wanted to see a run on liquidity. Then at this point here, I see how price ran this liquidity with this week. And after that run of liquidity, we broke structure here to the upside. At that point, I knew that my intentions or intentions of price was to go higher. At this point here, I took my entries off that level with stop loss just below the low that took liquidity. And then potentially I started targeting all of this liquidity right here because that's the fuel of price, liquidity. And we see how price actually ran to the upside.